All right, if you're a fan of the Netflix series Emily in Paris like myself, you'll remember that scene where Frenchman Luc tells Emily, "You Americans live to work, but we work to live." Well, our next guest has put in the work as an author, a journalist, and a correspondent to Good Morning America. She's here to tell us how to turn the tables to get that work-life balance. Let's welcome Erica Suter. Hello, Erica.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, well, we're happy to have you on the show. We're just talking about that quote, how Americans live to work, and we kind of need to figure out a way to turn it around. So tell us, why is there kind of a unbalanced way of how we're doing this, and why are we burning ourselves out so much?
Well, so many of us have this completely unbalanced life. We're overwhelmed, we're burned out, and we kind of think that the fix is self-care, right? But we, for too long, have used self-care as a band-aid. By that I mean, we take the occasional workout class, we get the mani-pedi, we might go for a run once in a while, and we think that's what's going to fix us. It's not. We actually have to get to the root of why we're so unbalanced and burned out.
All right, so Erica, tell me, how do we get to the root of the problem?
Yeah. Well, it's really simple. Actually, every year I ask people to take this short 5 question test. I call it the burnout litmus test. The first question is, am I nurturing my marriage or partnership? Two, is my career headed in a good direction? Three, do I have supportive friendships to turn to? Four, do I nurture the passions and interests I had when I was younger or before I had kids? And five, have I created an outlet that has nothing to do with perhaps my partner or my children? And if you answered no to any of those questions, you have to reprioritize. And by reprioritize, I mean making yourself more of a priority.
I really like the way you're approaching this because, to your point, what you were saying earlier, when I get in a workout, I think I'm finding that balance, but we really got to address the core root problem. So, how do we begin to fix what is missing in our lives and find more of that balance?
We can start by making small changes. So the things that you answered no to, address those first. So perhaps it's that you don't have a social network that you can really rely on. So create that network. We always say it takes a village to raise a family, to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village for you, whether you're single or whether you have a family. So if you're feeling lonely, that is your body is telling you that you need connection. So you have to start. You have to reach out to long-term friends you may not have talked to in a long time. Talk to that girlfriend 10 minutes every night. Make sure you see a relative once a week, even if you're really, really busy. So you have to make a concerted effort to build connection and support. The other thing you have to do is you have to find something that's just for you, something that kind of feeds yourself, feeds your soul. So for some people, that is developing an exercise routine, or maybe taking a class, or it could be a career change. But the point is, you have to do something that's calms you, makes you happy, makes you feel like you have purpose. And the other thing I think people should do is to lean on the people in their lives, right? The people in their lives who can take on bigger roles. If you have kids, if you have even a 4-year-old, they're old enough to take out the trash, help you vacuum, prep dinner, put laundry away. If you have a partner, same thing. It shouldn't all be on you. And doing these little things can help you feel a bit more balanced, give you a little bit more breathing room so you're not so overwhelmed all the time.
All right, Erica, I appreciate these helpful tips to get that work-life balance going into 2023. And Erica's book is titled How to Have a Kid and a Life, a Survival Guide. You can find out more at her website at ericasuter.com.